What's different between white people? This is so important.
I can't break down the helix strand, but
Give me one thing that white people and black people have different biologically.
Don't change the question of this. Like DNA-wise, we are different.
No, we're not. That's a lie. It has been disproven. Front page of National Geographic 6 months ago. Racism created by society. If you look at DNA independently in a science laboratory, they cannot distinguish between a black person or a white person if they look at just the DNA, because the only difference is the melanin. It has been disproven. Race is a social construct that I want to break out of.
Probably for the sake of myself, I really do appreciate the ability to debate with you, man.
I want you to think about what I asked you.
Okay, you mind if I have a hat?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Great points. I would say that I am with you for the idea of a colorblind society. I think it's a bit of a farce to say that colorblind society is something we should aspire to, but I think it's a farce to think that it doesn't exist, that race doesn't play a factor. I totally agree.
Okay. Yeah, you're black, but it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. It's not the most important thing. Instead, it's, are you a good person? How do you act? How do you treat other people? Are you a Christian? Like, what is your worldview? I want to get back to that. Of course, we're still going to see differences, but I want to de-emphasize them to a place where we look at each other as fellow human beings and fellow American citizens. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, can I get a hat from my buddy?
Absolutely.
I'll get you shit, right? Thank you, man. Can I shake your hand, man? Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.
Thankfully, I was raised away from all that, 2 loving parents.
And that's the greatest thing that you are, one of the, if not the greatest. And that's my hope for every child, black, white, or Asian, to have 2 parents. That is a ticket to success. Please continue. But here's something I will encourage you to do as a Christian. Okay. Care less about people's shared racial experience and look at them instead of just as their soul as God made them. We should try to strive towards a blinder race nation, not one that talks about skin color all the time.
I agree 100%.
And I think, where's my brother up here? Where's my man? Look at him. You got to come up here. Come up here. Come up here. Come up here. Get over the gate. Come over the gate. Look at this guy here. Look at this. Yeah. Right up to the mic.
You stand for me, we good.
Wait, I only stand up for white. Is that a white man? Can you look at him, please? Look at him. Is that a white man? Is that a white man? You said I only stand up for white men. He's got dreads. Instead of just looking at everything in the past that's wrong and bad through a victim lens, say, you know what?
It's still going on. Okay.
One sec. Say, you know what? I'm an American, and I'm going to use my mental energy to say, despite all of that, I get to succeed and flourish and prosper as a black American at the University of Tennessee. You are a living embodiment, Gigi, that you can still succeed as a black individual.
Okay.
Because I look at you not as a black guy, but as a human being made in the image of God, and I want to know what you bring to the table. Are you good at the job?
The Civil Rights Act was a mistake. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so the parts of the Civil Rights Act were great, but the way it's now being implemented to force men in female bathrooms to push forward of the trans agenda, the intent of the Civil Rights Act is way beyond what it was originally authored for.
But the intent specifically originally was to...
Well, that's interesting. So the intent and the law are 2 different things. So the intent was noble, which was to say that no American can be not allowed into a place of business based on the color of their skin or their ethnic heritage. Totally agreement with that. Totally agreement with that. Totally agreement with that. That's not what the law only did. It created a massive anti-racist DEI army that then gave us affirmative action. For example, recently Merrick Garland sued using the Civil Rights Act, saying that we cannot have voter ID in certain states because it's a violation of the Civil Rights Act. So basically what the Civil Rights Act did is that it went beyond disparate impact and then went to disparate effect. In the sense where if black Americans are not doing as well as white Americans in a certain category, you can now use the Civil Rights Act and say that's a violation of the Civil Rights Act, even though there might be other contributing factors. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's too broad, too wide, and it's now doing a lot of damage to the country. It's being used well beyond its original intent.
You said the Civil Rights...
Is Charlie. Do you believe that black pilots can be qualified? Of course, any individual can be qualified. I want a hiring quota and program that only cares about qualification, not skin color. So let me use a similar analogy. At Harvard, white and Asian students had to get 200 or 300 points better score on the SAT than comparable Pacific Islander, Native American, or black students. And this happens across the board. This is happening in medical schools. This is happening in surgical practices. So your example aside, you immediately assume when you see a macro trend that affirmative action and DEI means we're going to elevate race above competency. And I think every single person in this audience, if you go into a surgery and all of a sudden your doctor comes and he says, hey, I was hired because of DEI. You're about to go under. We're about to operate on your kidney. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You're not going to say diversity is our strength. You want the best surgeon. Now, a more important question to ask me is, Charlie, do you believe that black pilots can be qualified? Of course. Any individual can be qualified. I want a hiring quota and program that only cares about qualification, not skin color. And thirdly, I would say, why does United Airlines care so much about the color of the pilots that are flying them? Shouldn't they just want the best pilots? When you guys are flying from Vegas to Dallas or Vegas to Chicago, are you going to feel safer or more comfortable when you hit turbulence if you have a diverse pilot, or if you have a cockpit of the most qualified people that are there that have proven that they know how to land and fly planes?
Yeah. Thank you.
The clip where he said, where I thought that he said something racist, and I cannot find it, guys. I can't. I looked everywhere. I've been searching Charlie racist, and I just haven't heard him say anything racist at all.
Because we know that he was not racist. We talked to the man. The man has, I really sat down with the man myself.
So, I mean, we're going to go through some of the tweets, but I'm going to just run this video right here because, you know, this was a very viral one. This one, this is what black people hated the most. This clip right here, when he said black people were better in the 1900s, basically, and the DEI, he said, oh, if we get on a plane, that's what they hate. When they say, oh, we get on a plane with a black pilot, we don't know if the pilot's qualified or not. That's what they hate.
But he also said, yeah, he also said he would have never questioned that before DEI. Therefore, not blaming the race of the person, but the policy of DEI.
Oh, well, people with brains understand that.
Yeah.
Oh, but after after this,
let me see this clip though.
Man, my extreme level has went on another level, guys. I was extreme.
In the game for real. Like what we need to do what we do. It needs to be said.
I don't think you niggas got a peanut of a brain.
This shows they were actually better in the 1940s. It was bad, it was evil, but what happened? Something changed. They committed less crimes.
It was evil, so he is condemning it.
They committed less crimes.
Maybe they were afraid. I mean, 4,000 black men, women, and children were killed in violent lynch mobs.
That's your explanation, but I guess
racial terror permeated American culture for hundreds of years.
Black America is worse than it has been
that
in the last
affected
80 years.
the generational psyche of an entire group of people?
Well, I'm sure it did. I'm not discounting that. I'm just shows.
I'm not discounting it.
That's the same thing that Byron Donald said, and they crucified him for saying that as well. No one is saying that slavery was good and that all these civil rights and all that stuff was good. All he's saying is, statistically speaking, there were more black fathers in homes. They're raising their kids more. Black people were committing less crimes during this time.
The family unit was stronger.
The family unit was stronger. That's what he's saying, that it's not a race problem. It's a culture problem. Something changed. The culture changed, and black people started acting different, committing crimes, and the thuggish.
So there you have it. Lie debunked. Use another argument to say he's racist, because he just explained the pilot thing. That's your favorite thing. If I see a pilot, I'm going to wonder. He just explained it.